All right, hello everyone. Back for hole number 7 here. I don't remember what I set up to use. I know that it would have been Katana or Kingmaker. I believe the wind's a side wind, but I kind of forget. Whether or not you go one or the other, I don't think it really matters. Just pick one or the other. Try to get it down as far as possible. That's actually probably the reason that I probably used the Kingmaker yesterday. So I'm going to set up similarly. Make sure you have Sniper and Backbone or B52. You're going to want an accurate club for this hole. It's going to be your best bet to making the hole out here. And did my Backbone just go 10 on this account? I think so. Let me double check that. Yep. Just wanted to make sure that I have my ring adjustment down. At a Backbone 10, it is, say, I believe 92 accuracy, which is 1.08 per ring. Now, you do have to come up on that number. If it's at mid-club, it plays more like 1.5 per ring. And if you don't have a Backbone 10, that's not the end of the world. I'm just assuming that you probably have a Backbone 9 at this point in Expert Division. So with a Backbone 9, I believe maybe it's 10 less accuracy. So very close to probably where your B52 would be. So you could almost pick and choose at that point. Right now my B52 is a little bit underdeveloped compared to my Backbone. So for now, I'm going to go with Backbone as the most reliable club for the job here. We have the best accuracy, which kind of makes, moving rings a little bit easier. It does get a little bit complicated, especially in, say, Tour 11. You'll see a lot of guys play Goliath just so they can go less rings. But one of the biggest reasons that I don't is, for instance, especially on this hole, I could probably still hit a great ball, and if my alignment wasn't perfect on a Backbone, what is with this? Why can't I get an opponent? I'm going to restart this because I don't understand what's... it doesn't make any sense as to why this is happening. Something must have happened to the server or something. This is crazy. See if I can get this real quick. Otherwise, I'm going to remake this video. Make sure I can log into Facebook. In Facebook. Oh, that is the craziest thing I ever saw. That's crazy. Something must have happened. Because it showed the qualification thing again. That makes no sense. Alright, let's jump back in here. I'm assuming, something was just going fishy with my app as to why it was just spinning. I mean, it wouldn't even give me a replay here. So, kind of a really odd thing. And here you see hole 7. We are going to just pop this out straight here, Kingmaker. And there you see where full ball. I think you can use full ball. I usually go about 7-ish rings here for my wind adjustment. I am going to back off this just slightly, just to kind of hone in a little bit more precision. Notice how I keep the momentum of the ball and the curl and everything to the right. I like to cut the corner a little bit, but in addition to that, the ball tends to roll down the fairway to the left, so the fact that they set the wind up the way that they did is probably the most challenging that it can be, pointed to the left, because you can run out and roll into the rough if you're not very careful with that right spin. So like I said, if you use a little bit more curl, you'll get a little bit more around the bend. But the worst is, if you start to get a little bit left, like I said, it might roll out into the left rough if you're not careful. But getting up to a backbone is kind of nicer than sniper. In my opinion, this raises the percentage chance that you can make the hole out. So it is probably something that you want to shoot to do. You can see kind of where I'm setting up. I am pretty close to max club. I'm going to kind of do a bump shot and kind of try to run it into the hole here. And add a max ring adjustment. I'm going to go at least 6 to 7 rings here on my adjustment. There's 5, there's 7. Let's try that, see what that looks like. But, oh my goodness, my timing is just horrendous right now. But like I was just mentioning about this hole, as you can see, I did miss it. I probably would have maybe right edged it had I hit perfect ball. But I did want to mention about if your perfect ball is a little bit iffy. You see here's another Goliath, and this is kind of what I was mentioning. If this guy, for example, did something wrong here and did a great ball, the odds of him putting in a great ball with Goliath are going to be very, very, very small. Whereas me with a backbone, that's only a 1-yard mistake. So I could very easily mess my correction up by 1 yard to where it would still go in. Just an accidental type thing. Whereas with Goliath, there's almost no real chance that you're going to do a 2-ring pull or 2-yard pull and be able to get it to go into the cup. So that's one of the biggest reasons to use backbone over Goliath, is for kind of that fact alone, precision-wise. I did make a mention of that before we ran into those problems there, but I feel like I didn't complete that statement. And I did want to just kind of reiterate that point there. And let's see what we got. I feel like I can probably win a couple matches. I think at this point they probably just gave me replays because I forfeited out enough times at this point. One of the things that people think is if they forfeit out, they're going to get a replay, and I'm not necessarily sure that's 100% true. That always happens. Vice versa, it does always happen. The second that somebody forfeits to you, you automatically are basically in the replay pool and cannot be forfeited to ever again. So they are very careful about that. But if you're the one forfeiting, they'll let you pretty much for the most part do that for a while before they kick you to the replays. And I'm finally at the point where I got to the replays to where however many I forfeited out, whatever that is, you can do a dead count. The best way to tell is, your opponent trophy will be essentially yours in a nutshell. So you see very close to my trophy count is the biggest indicator out there. Oh, jeez. I can't adjust the spin. There it goes, finally. Now, there's a waste of some time. So this is the old method that I used to use, and I would go right around 5 rings for a win like this. A little bit of curl here. just a bit much, but not too bad overall. Like I said, if you can get that right on that hole, it's just going to suck right in. And for me, it's just a little bit more reliable than that new shot that you see a lot of guys doing, just kind of the straight at it approach. It's a little bit more reliable, in my opinion. You can predict the fairway a little bit better, like the way that it's going to roll out. It's going to be very consistent with that hook, whereas you know, going over to the right there, the fairway's a little bit more all over the place, and a one ring pull is enough to completely take you out of the shot altogether. So whereas for me, that's not the case. If you use the left method with the curl there, it will not, one ring perfect ball either way, for the most part, isn't going to take you out of the shot entirely. It'll just move the ball more up the hill for me to the left, and it would have taken it farther to the right towards the fringe had I one ringed it to the right. So good luck with that 7th hole, guys. I do believe, you know, I've kind of set you up for the eagle. All you have to do is make minor tweaks on what I'm doing. And hopefully you have way better perfect ball timing than I do. I'm all over the place right now. So hopefully hole number 8, we can get a perfect ball, and I will set up here momentarily and get you the video. So good luck. See you guys on the next one.